I think we could describe you as a Festool fanboy, could we not?
A little bit, yeah. I do like their tools, yeah.
It's almost like Festool can do no wrong. All they've got to do is put their name and their colour on it, and you lap it up regardless. Is that true, or are you critical of some?
Interestingly, I spoke to James about the drills, and I spoke to guys on the forum. I've not bought Festool drills. A drill's a drill to me a little bit. Now, if you've got an expensive Festool drill compared to Makita, where I'm on site, on the scaffolding, it gets all thrown around. So I'm not a total Festool nut. Joinery type stuff. Plunge saws and the routers, that's the first I bought, and I just stuck with that platform for various reasons. One vacuum, one lead, you can plug the lead into the tool, so you can just change the tool over and leave the vacuum and the lead. The stand that comes with this, it's a little bit too big and bulky. I'm sure if you had some jobs where you had lovely pavements to walk into the job and you had loads of room to set up, and quite a big van to get it in. Yeah.
So this is the bigger one of the two,
This is the 120, yeah, this is the big one. Because the weight of it is about 21 kilos. When it sits there, it doesn't move, so if you do put a bit of timber into it, the saw's not moving nowhere. You've got like a handle under here, and there's a handle here for lifting up.
Oh,
so, you know, little old me,
yeah,
you know, you can carry it quite nicely. For knocking it over, you've got a handle. You can just lock it on like half a degree, and then you flip the back one over, and that's locked.
Yeah.
So that's really nice.
So what do you flip the back one over for?
This is like the locking mechanism. This is a lever.
Oh, okay.
So you do that. That's off. So you can pull it whatever you want. But if you're on it, you know, it's on 15.5 degrees. Then when you pull that back, that's locked it. Yeah, it goes over at 47 degrees. You've got a control knob at the back here, so it flips both ways. The maximum that go over there is 45. Okay. Then you flick it one more time, and it goes to 47. Got the tenon in feature. So you can pull this lever here forward, and that should wind it up. I quite like the laser as opposed to the shadow light, which I've got on these smaller Festool. It's both sides of the blade. Obviously, you got, you know, if it knocks out, you need to recalibrate it. Yeah. I've never had to recalibrate, and I just really like that laser. When you come down, it gets more solid line, as you can see there. Yeah. This is standard with it. This clamp, and then again, like Festool do think a lot about stuff. Just dropped in round the back, so that's locked in. Slide it down.
Beautiful.
And then lever it up, and that's well locked. I love these borers. These are really good, but only good for certain situations. So kitchen fitting or a nice, reasonably level floor. They fold up. You just pick them up and they fold up. Really lightweight. You can use a Sustainer one. That is within a millimetre or so, exactly the same height. So they've designed it so you've got a work platform.
Wow.
I just actually looked, yeah, and
never knew that.
That's why the Sustainer one is the same height as that. You get one of these bevel finders. To actually buy this on its own, I think Festool charge about 100 quid. You go up to like say an internal, like there, you pull it in, lock it off, and then what you can
bisecting the angle.
It bisects the angle. You know, you get it parallel with a line down the middle. That's what it's for. And then and away you go. It's very nice, and it clicks in the background here. There's a lever around here. You sort of leave that down, and then it's for, I think, if you're doing like a skirting or maybe some wooden cornice. The saw's gone really deep now, and it's meant to give you like a bigger cut there. Look at the depth. See, when it's not there,
I understand.
See, that just goes like 5 mil under. If I've got a lot of room, and the timber's on the ground floor before it goes up, it's just been delivered, another guy I work with something's cut on the floor, I'll go up there, measure it out. So before any timber goes up, I'll get this out, a nice big bench, and cut them there. It's quite compact for the length of cut, really, compared to the arms. Cause
and are they rigid? They're fairly. They're not. There's no flex on them.
There's a little bit, but compared to other cheaper saws, that's where the weight is probably in the money. There's just no movement in that when you're cutting. Really is nice and smooth.
Dust extraction.
Yep, dust extraction. All on here. It all locks in. So you've got the big hood here. I've only got, I think, the lowest class vacuum, and it doesn't always suck everything. I've not tried a more powerful vacuum.
Would you ever go to a cordless chop saw or not?
Funny, I think about it every now and then, but as I already own for about 4 chop saws, I think I quite got enough. Some jobs, we were just cutting a load of noggins on the roof to go in between, and I thought, cordless would be really good. But then it's, do you want to buy a cordless chop saw just for like 1 day a month?
If you were cutting noggins, you wouldn't need a massive one anyway, would you?
No, it'd be perfect for that, a little one.
Yeah.
Just worrying about how long the batteries last. I've got a Makita skill saw, and the batteries, it's not bad, but it's not fantastic. Look at the big arrows or the big numbers between it. You know, you can get it really nice and accurate. Between them 2 numbers, you've probably got about 4 mil of movement between the whole degree, and then to lock it, we're there.
Yeah.
That's for
transportation.
Yeah, transportation. Nice cable management round the back there. It's just nice to have it rather than wrapping it round the body and it all hanging about everywhere. So you've got a nice big bit for it to go on. I've recently bought an 18-volt leaf blower and I love it. And I just give it a blast off, apart from this bit, and blast off all the dust with a leaf blower. It's got a quick blade change. You just turn this and then you can just unbolt it basically and take
that's the
it
lock,
off.
is it?
That locks it. The other thing is...
That's the blade lock.
Yeah, it also stops the saw working. So I once turned up on a job and I'd knocked that out and the saw didn't work. So I'm going through my transformer and the power. I'm pulling all my hair out thinking the saw's absolutely had it. Yeah. And also I thought, oh, that don't look right. And that's what it does. You've got a dial both sides. So we've got an arrow here and there is one round this side. When you're there, say you cut in here, you can flick it up and then it should stop on 0 there.
That's it, yeah.
The maximum it go over is 45 on that setting, or you flick it round and then it goes to 47.
Yeah.
So if you did like loads of skirting and you want to do it at 45, you could just sort of bracket it straight over.
Thank you very much for reviewing that. That's excellent. I'm sure they won't send you a free one because we did ask them.